All right. Whoop. How's everyone doing tonight? It's Friday night, and welcome to my craft and chill stream. Mostly chill. How's everyone doing? I see we got Hi, It's Me is here. Thank you for coming by. Fat Red Foo. Good seeing you, man. James Lucas, what's up, man? Random already made the tea. Yeah, I've been needing the tea before the stream lately, so I've been tea first, stream after. But I'm definitely liking using the screen in the beginning to send the links on Instagram, so I don't have to do all that. So, got the book here, obviously, and that little table I've been working on my shorts. And I was thinking about doing a little bit more with this, but I don't know, I kind of like the way it looked just plain Jane without a lot of dirt and grit on it, so I might just leave it like this. Probably tonight I'm definitely going to work a little bit more on these wall sections I was doing about a week ago. They're pretty much done, but I decided to maybe add a little bit more damage to them, because I did these two damaged sections to go along with it. The ruined wall here, and I kind of really like the way the more dinged up looking stone, why is that not focusing? There we go. The more dinged up looking stone looks, where I cut away a little bit more, so I'm probably going to do a little bit more detailing on that. And then maybe I'll make something else. We'll see how far that goes as far as time is concerned. Let's see, what do we got here? Got a few people coming in. There's a lot of streams going on tonight in the toy space, I've noticed. Which, it's Friday night, you know. It's a good time. Eldor, how you doing, man? So I'm just gonna start just kind of messing with this a little bit. Maybe I'll put the camera in a little bit more. Yeah. Leave a like, people. Thank you, Fat Red Foo. Absolutely. Leave a like. Oh, you know, I know what I could do. Let me put this. Do I want to do that now, or do I? I'll wait a minute to do it. So Friday night, it's been cold, although it's a little warmer today. Last week, had a power outage for not that long, about 4 or 5 hours. I had a transformer blow right near my window, and they actually blew it twice. So that was very loud. But it happened to be on the one night of the year we'll probably get snow. So it started snowing right when the linemen got out there to work on it. And all my neighbors were freaking out. And the heat here is electric. So it was about 20 degrees outside. So needless to say, that would have been a really cold night. They did get it on before 1 a.m. It got down to maybe, you know, the mid 50s, high 50s in the apartment here. Not too bad. I kind of have fun with it, you know. It's kind of like camping out. I thought you might be working on a library laboratory. No, probably not, man. See, I need ideas for those particular things, specifically for making short form content. That's why I need smaller pieces, maybe pieces of a library. I mean, obviously you need bookcases, which I already have some. I'm thinking about doing a hutch, potentially. I might do an experiment, like one small thing here or there on this stream, but I can't easily film vertical format for Instagram and horizontal for YouTube unless I have two cameras going at the same time. I do actually have a program or a plugin for OBS that kind of does that, but it's a freaking hassle. I don't know, I gotta learn how to use it a little bit better maybe. Sharp things and me you don't mix. Mega J Retro. Hey man. You know what? I hear you. If you're not comfortable with sharp things, then I definitely wouldn't mess with them, man. Definitely not. You can do quite a bit without them. You know, you can use a hot wire cutter for quite a bit. Can't really carve into foam with a hot wire cutter, but you could use a roller. I'm sure you could work around it if you were dead set on that. Nice seeing you here, though, Mega J. Thanks for coming in. David Jones, how you doing? Hot things and me don't mix. Hey, you know, we can't all do everything, man. It's all good. It's all good. That's why we got different types of people, so we can help each other out with different things. I am thinking maybe I'll try to do an open book later out of foam. It's just going to be a small thing, but I've never tried one. You know, this is the one I just made that's closed. But that's really just one big piece of foam with all these little bits glued onto it. So making an open one would be a bit different. There's a couple ideas on how to do it. I've never, like I said, I've never made one. I've never seen anyone make one out of foam. I'm sure someone probably has. But usually people use other materials besides just XPS foam to make a book. You know, paper and wood and all that kind of stuff. Mega J. Ye olde rock and ye olde aluminum foil ball. Gives it the texture. Works like a charm. That side's looking pretty good. Yeah, man. That's it. Aluminum foil. You just press it into there. Foam takes texture really, really well. So just hit it or smack it a few times with a rock. You can give it some nice dents. As long as you don't repeat the same pattern too much, because that kind of can look a little weird. You just keep turning the ball, use different items, and it looks pretty damn good. Now, a long, long time ago, before I knew about the aluminum foil ball, probably like 20 years ago, I used to use cat litter, and it would kill my hand. You would take the cat litter and just kind of like grind it into the foam, and that would also make a pretty cool texture. Are the handheld hot wire cutters any good? Yeah, some of them are great. I got a few of them. But they're not good at cutting straight lines, really. You know, you can kind of get like a straight curved line, but to get something really straight, you need the old that guy right there, the old hot wire cam. You need the hot wire table because it's, you got too much going on to keep it straight. Two points of things pivoting. So, but if you're making like rocks or any kind of organic looking stuff, the handheld is great. I use it, quite often for that. Axion, how you doing, Axion? Happy Friday. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So, of course, I already finished the other walls, but because I was like, oh, let me make these look really, kind of ruined, and the stones are more funky, and they have a lot more character. Now these that I already made look freaking bland next to those. So I'm going to have to go in there and kind of rough them up a little bit more to make it not look so meh. I mean, it would still look good once you paint it and add some more character to it that way, but I'll do a little bit of dinging up on those. There. Did you get above 50 yet? I don't know if you're talking about here or talking to Eldor. It's hard for me to keep track, but it's not over 50 degrees here yet, if that's what you mean. Let me go ahead and put this link in here. Nine degrees. Oh, -9 degrees. Yeah, that's freaking cold, man. Let me see. What do we got right now? It is 27 degrees here. And I'm not too far from Dallas. Yeah, Ed, it is not even remotely the same. I mean, Texas is just not built for cold weather. So when cold weather comes in, it is a freaking mess. I mean, no one knows how to deal with it. There's basically no snow plows whatsoever. There's tons of overpasses on all the roads. And it doesn't in New York, you get snow, you get slush. In Texas, lots of times, you just get sheets of ice. And it's just weird. It's just a whole different thing. That, and because nothing is built for cold, you know, you get pipes bursting all over. The sprinklers can't handle it. Yeah, it's like 3 inches of snow on the ground and everything shuts down. It's done. I mean, really like an inch and a half, and it's like, that's it. It's the end of the world. No one's going anywhere. And it's funny, but that's just kind of how it is. You know, also, there's no gas heat for the most part. There's some places do, but a lot of places just have electric. So if you have a power outage, unless you have a fireplace, it's, you know, fun times. Yeah, you were in Fort Hood. Yeah, they just don't know, man. But those ice storms it does here is a little bit different. Like, I don't remember that happening in New York where you just, everything is ice, like ice skating rink ice everywhere. Pretty rare. The Collecting Brothers, how you doing, guys? Or guy? I don't know which one you are. I'm sure it might be one of you, unless you both literally talk at the same time, which would be, you know, kind of creepy, but might be cool. Michael Dumas, how you doing? All right, back to carving some more stuff. It's me, Jean. Okay. Okay, these glasses. Do they come off? Do they stay on? I don't know. We don't need as many of these bricks in this wall. It's not a completely ruined wall like the other ones, so we just need to add a little bit more character because it's looking kind of blah. What is that? Oh, paint. TK Magic Shop, what's up, man? Dioramas on dioramas on dioramas. So, anyone working on anything? Any diorama projects going on right now? I know Fat Red, you were working on that that kind of like sci-fi looking thing. But I think you probably finished that. I'm thinking you finished it. still have this music playing in their head. Have you recently started listening to lo-fi? Lo-fi is cool. I like lo-fi. It doesn't require any brain power at all. It just kind of really good background stuff. I do have some other music that I might try on this stream a little bit. I've been, I think it's completely safe copyright-wise. It says it is. And it's some fantasy tavern-based chill-out music. So it's a little bit, it's got like a little medieval flair to it. But I don't know, this is pretty tried and true at this point. I am very much so a creature of habit. Eduardo, what's up, man? Oh, that's right. You started on the 1/18th shipping container. That's right. That's right. Yeah, that was looking pretty cool, man. Axion is building a 1/18th scale Eagle Force Island base off the playset from Mego in 1980. I have no idea what that is, but I'm sure it's probably cool. Eagle Force Island? Not sure what that is, man. Eldor, indeed, I've been finishing up on my 3D printed Skeletor's viewing table to pop with my Origin Snake Mountain there. Pop? Okay. Yeah, no. That would be cool. That would be cool. Eduardo, yeah, yep. And like I was showing earlier, I know most people probably saw it in the reels already, but I did this little table, painted the straps on there to be like kind of a shiny, maybe an iron look to them, I guess. I don't know, that's what I was going for. Some guy on Instagram, which I appreciate the questions, he asked me for the measurements of the parts on here, and it's just kind of funny knowing me that never... when I build something like this, I never measure anything hardly. It's all kind of just eyeball, so that was kind of, to me, it was funny. But it would probably make, not. I told him, yeah, it's a pretty good idea, and it is kind of an idea to maybe take some measurements of some stuff and post that every once in a while. But the dimensions of each piece in here. I guess I could do it now, but with the curves and stuff, that would be a lot of measurements. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the table. I could have gotten more complex with the paint. Originally I was going to put a wash on here, maybe a couple of washes to, make it grunged up and maybe do some kind of, maybe little rusty look around here. But sometimes I actually just like the almost toy look of it not being super realistically painted. I don't know. I was just kind of looking at it and I kind of liked it and I just stopped. But I might pick it up again and add some more to it later. Tried running 12 volt 3 amp 2x to those fancy pants bulbs that I can't remember the name of anymore. Cold cathode fluorescent light, maybe. Blew the bulbs, was discouraged, but opened up the new pack and got it right away. Okay. Yep, I mean, everything's got a learning curve, but I know about that discouraged feeling, that's for sure. Yeah, the straps did help a lot, Ed. I mean, you need contrast. Everything needs contrast in order to look a little bit better, and they're definitely very contrasty. Originally, I was thinking about painting this piece black as well, or potentially even silver. Kind of when I initially made it, I wasn't thinking iron straps. I was thinking like silver gilding here and there. But as I got going, I was like, maybe iron straps, maybe almost like a Skyrim-y kind of thing going on there. So a chained cauldron. Okay. I don't know what a chained cauldron is. I mean, I know what a cauldron is. I actually have a cool cauldron miniature that's my mom's from a knick-knack shelf that we've had since I was at least a little kid. She probably had it before I was born. That's this guy right here. That's actually metal. But kind of goes with it. Oh, hanging cauldron. Gotcha. Well, that would probably do it too. There's no kind of branding or anything on this. Just some knick-knack from God knows where. Well, there might be branding in here. Made in England. Whoa, you know it's old. It's not made in China. Holy crap. Or Malaysia. Or India. It'd be funny if that was a collectible. Never know. Table needs a chalice. You know what? I don't think I have a chalice. I have mugs. I don't have a chalice. I could obviously make a 3D chalice. That wouldn't be too difficult to make a simple one. But making a chalice by hand, what would I use? Could use Sculpey. That could work. Having a mini lathe would be really sweet to do that with. A little mini wood lathe, one of those micro lathes. That could be pretty damn cool. Thank you, Mega J. 19 watching and only 5 likes. Man, that's a good point. I appreciate that very much. Terrence, how you doing, Terrence? Thank you for coming to the stream. So on my Instagram, the one I posted today, I asked what other type of small item should I make? Potentially, just looking for some ideas, potentially for a little short series. Obviously, I did this chest not that long ago, and I can 3D print chests, but I just was like, let me make one out of foam and see what it turns out as, and this is pretty cool. Did the book, and we just did the table. Now, I kind of feel like these almost kind of can go together in something. Fat Red said do a laboratory, which it might go in that direction, but I need to build individual pieces, so, I don't know. I might do an open book for the table, and maybe some kind of hutch. Take care, Mega J. Thank you for coming by, man. Geek proud. Right on. Howdy there, go for it. Reminds me of medieval times pieces. Oh man, I haven't been to a medieval times in a while. Yeah, I remember I used to think it would be the coolest to work there. I'm sure it probably wasn't that cool to work there. But I don't know. Best part of medieval times for me, and probably for everyone, was the animals. You know, the falcon or hawk, whatever it was. I don't know what it was, but that thing flying around, that was pretty cool. It's been 15 years plus since I've been to a medieval times. But I remember, like, the food was really not good, but it was, you know, satisfactory for what it was. I'm not really picky. I'll eat anything. At the time, I was still drinking. And I remember getting incredibly frustrated without being able to get alcohol quick enough, and I had to get up a few times the last time I went to to walk over to the bar to go get more to drink. Which they probably do by design, as opposed to having drunken people in the stands. I had a birthday there one year. I can't remember which birthday it was. It was probably like 25, 24, something like that. Beer wenches. Bat wenches. Right on. TK, those emojis can be taken in several ways. One is green and you light it on fire and it makes smoke, and the other one is white in powdered form. And then, you know, like, you could be a combination of those two, or you could just be saying the first one. I'm not sure, but I get you either way. Right on, right on. Because the first emoji is literally would mean like blow to me, I think. Oh no, yeah, white powder bear. I may have or may have not done a little bit of that when I was younger too. But I stopped. If I did, I stopped that long before I even quit drinking. Damn, this is a little awkward here. Let me just get this one piece over here. Not a major shock, anyone like hanging around with toys on the chill stream you know, making little freaking things out of foam. Used to smoke some weed, though. It's not exactly a major revelation. Let's see here. Okay. So, I have another wall to do, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to think about how to make this open book a little bit, and maybe take a look at that, and maybe come back to this in a little bit. So let me clear up some of this gobbledygook here. Ed pleads the fifth. I hear you, Ed. What happens down at the crick stays at the crick. That's what I've heard, anyway. Okay. What do we got? We got some extra parts and pieces here. And that should be more than enough. So, this book, look at me measuring after I say I never measure anything. This book is a little over 1/16. Well, that's 1/8. 1 1/8. That's the spine. The spine is 5/16. So 2. That big? Wow. I guess so. Now this might not turn out too well, so we're just going to play around and experiment with a few different things here. Let me go take this to the hot wire cutter. I wish for one Dr. Pepper, but I can't have one. Life is so unfair. That's a quote from Eduardo. I hear you, Eduardo. I hear you. Wobbled at the end there a little bit. Let's take another slice, a little bit chunkier. Okay, now we're gonna cut it down a little. Maybe just a little bit more. Okay, what are we doing? I don't exactly know. I kind of want to carve it, and then again, I'm like, do I really want to carve all that? Let's just kind of try to find the center. We're just going to say that's the center. Can't really put pressure on that when I'm holding it in my hand. Yeah, Eduardo can't get any of the good stuff, man. I guess that's kind of working. Kind of working. Wet sand? I'm not going to wet sand. I'm going to dry sand it. I mean, wet sand would... I'm sure it would work. Dust can kill you, my man. Yeah, you're probably right about that. The wetness. Look at you, Fat Tread. What are you? You're worse than my mom. Hold on. Dip it in a little bit of water. Oh, the Craftsman? Yeah, I do like the Craftsman. It's the Craftsman. That Craftsman, man, he's got all kinds of stuff he does. close to the edge of the desk here. Oh no. What the hell? Whoa. There we go. Whoops. A little bit too far on that one. Are you using software with YouTube Live? Yes, I use OBS. Sao Paulo. Of course, it's Chinatown that sells it. That makes perfect sense. Axion, I just inhaled the dust and fumes, saves me from having to buy the green stuff. Yeah, I try not to, man. I try not to because that foam dust will, if you get some of that, if you've had a good lungful of that on accident, it's extremely unpleasant. And with the hot wire cutter, you do not want to breathe that stuff in. Yeah, I accidentally one time got a little bit too close, and I got a sore throat from it. It's definitely not doing anything good. So normally while I'm sanding, I do put the mask on. And I don't usually sand right here either. But when you're doing the stream, it just makes it more difficult to do some of that stuff. Okay, what else would make this look booky? Although it looks pretty booky right now. This is coming off of here, and that's bugging me. I don't want that to come off there. I'm just going to glue it. Could do a bookmark. Been there, done that, forgot all about it. Yeah, I hear you. And I ripped it off anyway. Good going, John. Alright, the hell with that. A quill pen and ink jar. Fat Red, do you have any ideas on how to make that from XPS foam? I feel like that's going to need a different material. Maybe wood and Sculpey. Probably Sculpey. Yeah, probably Sculpey. Hi, I love your work, man. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks for coming by. The Necronomicon TK Magic Shop. Klaatu, Veratu, Yeah, it was a good movie. Grab a toothbrush, break it, drill a small hole, get one of those feather pillow. Oh, that's actually a good idea. Feather pillow. Overcutting, overcutting. This could be one of those crazy books that has here we go. It's kind of not pointy enough for me, though. It needs to be just a little bit more pointy. There we go. That looks a little better. Unfortunately, this is probably going to take a minute to dry because this is super awkwardly glued on here and going to want to break off. So we're probably not going to be able to paint it this stream. Maybe, though. Broman, Craft and Trill Friday. Yes, absolutely. Cutting a perfect circle is the hardest thing for me. Yes, cutting a perfect circle is very, very hard. Mr. Wonderful's here. Travis, how you doing, man? How you doing? Look, where's Travis? Hold on. Let me see. Mr. Yo Random. Okay. I was gonna say, man, he comes in here and you say hello to everyone, but not me. But it was me. It was on me. Okay, I missed where you said hello. How are you doing tonight, Travis? Thank you for coming in. Can you do a tutorial on making metal beams? So I haven't really done a lot of metal beams, but yeah, maybe. Are you talking about like an I-beam? You know, like a girder? That doesn't really look like one, but you know, like an iron girder, like that kind of style, or you mean the kind with like all the voids cut out? Because I gotta be honest, if I was gonna make a metal beam right now, I would completely cop out and use my laser cutter. But that doesn't mean that I might not do some handmade stuff too. Always say hello to the host. I'm just messing with you, Travis. That's all. You're good, man. You're good. Yeah, dude. Fatred and Travis. Yeah, totally. It's hard to say hello to everyone. It's like sometimes you join these chats and there's just so many people saying hello, and I'm usually doing something while jumping in there, and I kind of feel bad. I try to reciprocate. It's not always super easy. Reciprocate and initiate, even sometimes. Yeah, the first one. They have tutorials on metal beams. Vasco. Yeah, I know Vasco toys. I know old Vasco. He does some pretty cool stuff over there. He's a really cool guy, too. Very easy to talk to. Hello to the host, bro, man. Yeah, he is a twin. He is. He's getting, and he's kind of like just was slowly doing it. He started with a very, very modest 3D printer. It was an extremely inexpensive model, and he made all kinds of stuff with it, and just really kind of got to learn the tool before he upgraded to something a little bit nicer. But he's good tutorials, make some really nice stuff over there. Vasco Toys. Break that already? Crap. Okay, so the only thing here is there's no spine showing. I do feel like there should be some kind of spine showing, so maybe we can make a little something there. So yeah, I think that's pretty much done for right now. I mean, there might be some other ways you could fancy it up a little bit, but where is it? There we go. Open book. You can have that on ye old table. Let's see. If you had a mini lathe, could you theoretically cut foam that way? Yeah, I think so. I mean, you wouldn't be able to chisel it out, you know. Foam is not something that chips like wood. Probably. You would definitely be able to sand it, you know, and that would be really, really handy, is being able to sand things. I imagine, I'm not sure how it would work, but I think you could probably use more aggressive sandpaper than, you know, lower and lower sandpaper and achieve some form of sculpting. But one of the other problems you would probably have with foam is there's nothing to it. So the rotational forces of the foam on the lathe would probably rip the foam as you applied force to it. You would have to be extremely gentle in the force that you apply to it to not break the base and the head where it would be attached to the lathe. Euler's Workshop does have metal beams in a video. I don't know if he did them on a standalone video, but when he was doing the inside of his clock tower, one of them, and maybe the Bat Cave too, he had some stuff on metal beams that he did. Oh, Euler's changed a lot of his stuff to member only. Well, man, you know, I get it. It's hard to get a little bit of income on here sometimes, and he's got some pretty nice videos, does big projects, has a workspace, has to pay for time and all that, so I completely understand him trying to, you know, do a little bit of that. What are you going to put on the pages? I have no idea. Come on. I could cheap out and go print something and just glue it on there, which would be totally easy. Just go find something and print it out, cut it out, Mod Podge it on there. That would totally work fine. Or I could try and just, you know, paint something on there, which would just probably amount to a bunch of squiggly lines and maybe like a little letter or something like that at the top. He's making metal furniture now. The last thing I saw Euler's doing was he was making these really cool like live edge wood table with the resin river in the middle. It looks like he's making miniatures. He's gearing up, I think, to go to that miniature thing that I know Fatchred knows what I'm talking about. And that's, you know, probably some stuff he's wanting to take with him, I'm guessing. Oh yeah, that's it. IMO International something miniature, I don't know. It's a convention, miniature convention. We had one here in Dallas too last year. Not as big as that one, smaller, and they should have it again next year, and I'll probably go to it. It's all like, you know, local and not so local miniature crafters, dollhouse people. It's the, you know, the older all the stuff before action figure dioramas became a thing. You know, there was a whole hobby of dollhouses and miniatures. that actually the audience is a lot bigger for than the action figure stuff. You know, the action figure dioramas is very, very niche, very niche, whatever word you want to use. Oh, your wife just got back from Frisco? Mr. Wonderful, that's like, yeah, 15 minutes from me. Okay, well, that was quicker than I thought it would be, actually, because it's so small. So I think I'm going to go back to carving some more on this wall a little bit, but that was a nice little break. Let that dry and come back to that a little bit later. Yeah, Travis, for sure. I'm a homebody, man. I don't go out much. I just go to work, come home, work on stuff. Occasionally I'll go out and like help a friend fix something around their house or something, but that's about it, dude. I don't do nothing. But that being said, you know, that's cool, man. For sure. For sure, for sure. Let's see. I think you should do the pages like a field guide. Oh, like, yeah, that would be cool. That would be cool. Yeah, maybe like a little picture of like a map or something like that, and some text. Could do some magical symbols or something like that. Oh, Buffalo? Man, I imagine the snow is crazy in Buffalo. Buffalo has like one of the highest snowfalls out of anywhere in the country. It might be the worst snowfall out of anywhere in the country. There might be some place in, I don't know, Minnesota or something like that that has worse. Hey, Briscoe. What's up, man? Let me see here. Okay, enough of that. Still no IG Briscoe. Oh, Briscoe, doing pretty good, man. pretty good. I meant to hang out on What a Funk stream more, but I just had some stuff come up yesterday that kind of interrupted all that. So I popped in here and there. And I did watch him a little bit today, but I didn't really comment much because I got home from work, I took a nap, and yeah. But those guys, they went longer than 24 hours. I think they went like 26 hours, maybe 27. Pretty crazy. Yeah, a long time, man. But it's almost like they've gotten good at doing those long streams. It doesn't seem. I mean, I know it's still hard, but it doesn't seem like quite as like they already kind of have it smoothed out a little bit, bringing different people in, sleeping in shifts, all that. It's not quite as chaotic as some of the earlier ones. Beer Guy held down a lot of the stream. Beer Guy? Who was Beer Guy? Who was Beer Guy? Oh, was the guy in the red shirt. I don't remember his name. Fat Red Foo, member for 1 month. Thank you for being a channel member, Fat Red Foo. With a member chat, make sure to leave a like. That's good advice. Make sure to leave a like. Absolutely. And also thank you to anyone, whatever channel members. Appreciate you guys. Every little bit helps. Beer Guy was there for like 7 or 9 hours. He was wild. Was he like wasted the whole time, Briscoe? And Briscoe, how much of this stream did you watch, dude? Did you watch like the entire thing? Yes, all those peeps, exactly, Fat Red. The massive throngs of channel members I have. The bring me your, what is it? Your Thai, your weary, your poor, your unwashed masses, something like that. You're huddled. I don't know. It's been a long time. We're going to call it on that wall and work on the last wall. Your alchemy lab needs a chimney and a fireplace. Maybe. Maybe. It does seem like you would probably have that. He just drank a bunch of beer after getting out of the bar from drinking beer. Was absolutely wasted. Nice. The full stream, Briscoe? That is wild, dude. That is wild. TK Magic Shop can't keep his eyes open much longer. Hope you all have a great night. Cheers. See you on the next. TK, thank you for coming by. Cheers, friend. Get some sleep, man. Some beakers and mortar and pestle. Yeah. All those little bits though, man. That's like, whew. That's like stretching for me, right? I don't do that much stuff like that. Like I said, I have to get the clay out, or I'd have to 3D design it, or yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I guess you could do some of that in wood. But as you might notice, I do try to stick to foam as much as possible because I just kind of like it. But I do play with the other materials. I haven't come up with anything good for making clear items though, like beakers and flasks and stuff like that. Obviously, clear resin on a printer would work, but I kind of don't want to do that. You can make a solid object and then just paint it to kind of like give it a cartoony, like it's see-through look. But yeah, I don't like buying stuff for things if I can help it. I really don't do much of that. Most everything I do is either 3D printed, and sometimes I use other people's files, you know, like from Thingiverse or something for my own stuff. But even a lot of little parts I do try to make the file if I can. Those tiny beakers at the dollar store, very cool. And apparently Ed has some. Nice. Very talented, not just with foam. Thank you, Fashred. Yeah, I need to just bust some stuff out and work on it. And I also need to finish this wall. The guy that ordered these from me, I believe I told him it would be 3 to 4 weeks. I usually like to give myself some time because I obviously have other things going at the same time. But I also need to finish that up for him. I could have probably knocked this out in a couple of days if it would have been all I was doing. Wow, that doesn't even look like I ran the pencil through there. Maybe. I don't know. Might have been sleepy when I did this. sometimes the foil ball will flatten some of the lines out to kind of take the definition out of it. Oh, for sure, Fat Red. Not a problem. And Ed is, you're right, Ed does like to answer questions. He's very helpful. And it's true, you know, you need other people sometimes to bounce off of. It is good to be, you know, self-motivated and all that, obviously. But, you know, it's good to have people to talk to about this stuff. And if you just, you know, sat alone in a room with no input and not observing anything, what would you really do? Would you do this? Probably not. Okay. Better to share. A rising tide raises all boats or ships. Yeah, that's true, Ed. For the most part, it's true. For the most part, it's true. I think there are some instances where sometimes you have to be cautious with that. Strategic with it would be the word for it, but generally that is what that's the theory I subscribe to as well. I mean, I can tell you the action figure diorama building stuff that was going on when I first looked at it in like 2014. There were some guys doing some amazing stuff, but everything has really leveled up since then. It's just people figuring out different things, sharing it with each other. You know, people didn't know about this, the aluminum foil ball texture. Like you would see all these dioramas made with absolutely no texture on them whatsoever. There was a few people doing it, almost no one. I didn't know at first. No one was using mortar in the bricks. There's just lots of stuff that just kind of happened over time. Mod Podge, using magnets. You might fly. I might have flocked to Stargate left to my own devices. That is true. Ship like a pirate ship. Arr. Ed, do you have a 3D printer? And Fat Shred, I don't think you do have a 3D printer. But I don't know. I'm thinking about maybe making a file for some windows. Yes, his name is Travis. Yeah, I mean, honestly, Travis has so many damn printers. It's not a bad idea to give him something to do with them. I know he's got his stuff he's working on, but it's good to have a little extra project here and there. Okay. Let's see how this is looking. Not totally dry, but it's drying pretty quick. Tacky glue does dry pretty quick. I think this is something I never ever do, right? But I think I'm going to open up a package I got because it just got it a little while before I ate dinner, and then I came in here to do the stream, so I haven't actually opened it yet. Yeah, my laser cutter's in here, man, but it's not hooked up in any way that it could work. Also, I better make sure that I don't have the invoice on here with my address, so let me double check that. Alright, so this is a package from Entertainment Earth. Got another Joy Toy Dark Angel. And a Mafex RoboCop. Full disclosure, these are sent to me by Entertainment Earth, so I'm supposed to say that. They are, they give me some stuff from time to time, and then I'll include the figure while I'm making a diorama video on Instagram. So pretty cool, pretty cool. I've never had a Mafex figure before, actually, Mafex, Mafex, so I guess I'll see what that's like. I don't think I'm gonna open this right now. Just kind of checking it out. It feels kind of weighty. Cool. And of course the Joy Toy stuff. I love these things. I have a few of them already. And I need to get some more Dark Angels, because I used to play Dark Angels. And I got too many of these damn Ultramarines. Although they're pretty cool too. Yeah, the RoboCop is pretty cool. You know, honestly, when I was looking at it, I didn't realize it came with the damaged body and the normal body. I thought it was the normal part came off and you could hang it on the little rack thing. And this would be pretty cool to actually make some scenery for, you know, like a little backdrop or something. Once again, that could be some laser cut stuff. Give it that sci-fi, futuristic look. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know about that, Ed. I guess I'll find out. But like I said, I've never actually played with one before, so I don't know. I'd become a cyborg. No, I really love the Joy Toy stuff, though. Here, I got this guy right up here. Another Dark Angel. So now I'll have 2 Dark Angels, but I have 3 Ultramarine Blade Guard veterans, and I have the big old Dreadnought. So I'm gonna need some more Dark Angels to fight these Ultramarines. Although they probably wouldn't fight, but then again, I don't know. The Dark Angel, if you guys know the lore at all, which you probably, I don't think anyone here is into it. But yeah, no, the quality is good. The paint is really good. The details, I do like the Joy Toy stuff a lot. And they give a nice amount of accessories and things that like come off and pop. But once again, you know, it's promo. I get it from Entertainment Earth. And if you want to support the channel, you can click that link in the description. That's my affiliate link for Entertainment Earth. They are, you know, a bit pricey, the Joy Toy, but I do think they're nice. I'd say they're worth it. I was very tempted to buy these before I was doing that. I think these specific ones are under 40, which is not too bad, but some of the fancier ones are like 70 bucks a figure. Payne's Toy Sample stopping in to say hey before bed. What's up, man? Yeah, I know this stream goes a little late for you. You need to get your beauty sleep. I understand. Thanks for coming by, man. Alright, dude. Let me get you to stand guard right here. We'll get back to cutting on this wall a little bit. They have good mechs. Yeah, they got... I want to get some of those mechs maybe eventually. I kind of mentioned this on one of the streams I did with Hella Dope Toys. I usually like robots more than people in figures. Space Marines is a little bit different. I mean, some people figures are cool, you know, a Batman, a Spider-Man, but I don't know. It's like you have 1,000 dudes. They're just dudes with different clothes and different weapons and stuff. But the robots and stuff and mechs are more interesting to me. Yeah, I've showed it before. The only one I have, and you guys saw it because I had it on here a long time ago, is this guy right here. And that's the Joy Toy Ultramarine Dreadnought. I think this is an Intercessor Dreadnought. When I played, they didn't have all those extra rolls. This guy needs a little dust. A little dusting action. But some of the stuff I just thought was so cool on this, I know I showed it before, was, you know, it's pretty posable. Pretty posable. It's got some mobility, but I thought the struts on the back here with a foot, like these are metal struts. Wait, are they metal? Well, they look like metal. They might be plastic, but just the way they all move in and out of the hydraulic cylinders, I thought that was really cool. Freaking Joy Toy. And their metallic finishes are really nice. That brush is something I did an Amazon affiliate video for. And if you ever go to my Amazon page, there should be a link to it. There's a video there for it anyway. But this brush is like a complete cleaning kit for electronics, and it's freaking sweet. So it's got the brush. Now I'm doing a, the slap chop infomercial. I should have the link in the damn chat. Okay. You got the brush. It's got this guy on the back here that will polish, not polish, but it is called a polishing thing, but it's for your screens. So it won't harm an LCD screen. It is interchangeable. They give you an extra piece there. On this side, you got the keyboard popper for removing your keys. So you can hit it with the brush. Then you have some cleaning fluid right here. There's not much in there, but it'll last a little bit anyway. But these tools right here are pretty sweet. You have another small brush, and this is like a small pad version of that cloth that's on the back there. These snap together, and this is good for cleaning lenses on smartphones, tablets, stuff like that. If you have an iPhone, I don't know how the Android works, but it always gets that lint in the power jack, and this is perfect for cleaning that out. It's got a little ball on the end, so it won't scratch inside, but it's metal. You just stick it in there, move it back and forth. This is another little brush for cleaning bevels, and this I thought was clever, actually, for cleaning the inside of AirPods cases and stuff. So it gets right down in there and cleans it out. So I think the kit, I don't know, it was under 20 bucks. It was probably 14 or something. And honestly, since I've started doing that Amazon affiliate stuff, I've gotten so many freaking cleaning and cool little products that I never would have bought otherwise, because I tend to be fairly frugal, honestly. But this thing is awesome. I've been using it constantly. It's also how I ended up with all the little electronic vacuums. Those things are pretty handy to have too. Bristle brush used to clean my work. Yeah, no, I've used the bristle brush a lot, and I used to use that constantly in downstairs in the garage. Woodworking and stuff too. A chip brush, yeah, there you go. Okay, so I am gonna go ahead and use the restroom, and I'll be back in a minute or two. Take the mute off. Yay, I remember the mute button. Good stuff. You've gained quite a few followers on IG over the past month. Really, Fat Red? That's good. Congratulations, man. It's probably a combination of both, man. Okay, so I was talking about making some windows. These are my old 3D printed windows that I just kind of like whipped up in Blender real quick. Super, super simple, right? This is like the simplest thing you can possibly get. Just goes in. Looks okay, you know, but it's lacking, obviously. Design-wise, it's lacking quite a bit. From an aesthetics point of view, it doesn't look like an actual window, but it'll pass the test. The things it has going for it is it's got the lip, so if the hole isn't cut exactly correct, as long as it's kind of snug, you could even shim it in there, and the lip will cover up, you know, a lot of your mistakes. That, and it's a pretty quick print, you know, maybe an hour and a half or something on my little Ender 3. So, super simple there. I want to redesign it and do a couple of things. The lip on the outside is great, but it needs a lip on the inside as well. So when I cut a clear piece of acrylic to sit in there, it doesn't have to be exact. Maybe, I mean, I could add some more, you know, whatever you would call it too. What would you call that? Slats? The bits in the window? I don't know what you would call that. But I don't really care about that so much. The look of it is fine for what it is. It's just a quick print window. But the big thing is having that lip on the inside so it will hold the acrylic in place. And the other thing is this is not quite 1 inch thick. So when I build a window, if you have an interior on the diorama, it looks a little funky. I have to build a little lip there out of a piece of foam. I mean, I'm sure it gives it like a rundown look, which is fine. But I should make that ideally 1 inch thick. And yeah, that's it. Obviously, you could get more decorative, but the way this prints is it's just flat on the bed like that, and it's very solid. It doesn't have a lot of errors. I kind of like that. I kind of don't want to mess with that too much. And also because it's so flat on the bed, it's, you know, the part that prints on the bed, and this is a filament printer, you could see the lines here. There you go. You see the lines, but you don't see the lines at all on that side that's mashed down in the bed. So if you keep that flat profile, you kind of, it almost doesn't look like a 3D printed part, which I like. Let's see. Almost 100. Almost at 100. Very cool, man. Very cool. Very cool. Slats. How thick is it? About 3/4 of an inch. And I was making that an apartment wall. I can't remember how many windows were in it. It might have been 10. I think 10 with a sidewall. But I needed to do a bunch of them, and I just got done doing a popsicle stick window, and I was like, man, I do not want to do another 10 or 12 of those. So, yeah, it's great for versatility. Just cookie cutter it and throw it in there. But yeah, I'm gonna upgrade that. That's the plan anyway. I got a lot of stuff I'm gonna do, you know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like so I got a friend asking me for some windows. for a project he's working on. And there was, as Fat Red knows, we talked about, there's a few people asking me for stuff for projects, and he actually got to me first. But I've been meaning to do that. I've been meaning to do that. That's been on my list of things to do for like 2 years now, so it needs to happen. And it'll get me into messing with Blender a bit again. Okay. Instead of... do I want to do a little more carving on this? I really don't, but oh man, I'll just do a little bit more on this. Goodness gracious. I get bored with bricks. I'm not even gonna lie. Bricks get tedious. How do you keep your 90 degree with the popsicle stick method? You don't. You get as close as you can get. That's pretty much it. I just eyeball it. Do a lot of swearing. Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. I mean, I suppose if you were being smart, you can take a little cube of some kind and cram it in there and, you know, use it to square it up. But the problem being, obviously, is the hole that you cut is never perfectly square. Ever, 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 ever. Even if you're really, really good at cutting them. There's always going to be some wonkiness to it. Let's see. Also, Ed. You can't thank everyone. What are you talking about, Fat Red? What kind of post? Do you mean a story post? Because that's the only thing that's popping in my mind that you wouldn't be able to access everyone that likes. Close to 90 degrees, yeah, that's... There's always a margin of error. can't go back in my history and say thanks to people who have liked things. What do you mean by thanks? Are you DMing them? Is that what you're doing? Right on. Making thank you posts for the people that followed and liked a bunch of his posts. Okay. I see what you're saying. Sort of. Yeah, you're talking about in your alerts, right? When you get a bunch of them in the alerts, like someone went and liked a bunch of things, you're like taking a screen cap of it. And thank you. I think. Any tips for cutting, packing styrofoam? What are you trying to make with it? Living space for figs. So you mean a diorama, or do you mean you're cutting out the shape of the figure to put the, like a storage thing? Yeah, it's very messy. It's very messy. I mean, you cut it just like pink foam with a knife like this or a hot wire cutter. Yeah, hot wire cutter will do it cleaner, like Ed is saying. But the biggest thing for using white foam for when you're making anything is coating it after. If you put a nice coating of like some white glue on there, Mod Podge would work too. I used to take Elmer's glue and mix it with texture paint with like sand in it, or even mix just sand into it and then put it on there, and it'll be almost like damn near concrete. I mean, it'll get really, really solid. Nothing's gonna flake off of it. You can paint it and it'll last a good long time. The hot wire cutter with the wand also would be good, but it's messy, stringy and smoky and all that good stuff. Chill out, dude. I want them, yeah. Right on, right on. Well, you know that well, when I say that, what does that usually mean? That means I'm thinking about probably wrapping up for the night. we've gone 2 hours and 7 minutes, so we've been doing about 2 hours to 2 hours and a half lately. Fat Red Foo is here getting aggressive with his styrofoam, and Ed is laughing at it, and I understand. Understandably so. But, guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up for tonight. I appreciate you guys hanging out, as always. I will be here, hopefully, next Friday as well. And, yeah, you know, leave some comments on my Instagram posts or any of my shorts. Ask me some questions there. Say what's up. And hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. Once again, shout out to all of my channel members. Thank you guys very much for supporting the channel. And we'll see you soon.